dreamed of winning as a young girl. It was an amazing feeling. But after that wore off, I was consumed by a range of different emotions, ones that I hadn't felt in a very long time. Satisfaction, relief, peace of mind. The fire that drove me throughout my career to come out here and fight on a nightly basis was suddenly gone. I went from thinking, what's next, to what's left. And I realized that after crossing off the most elusive item on the list, the answer was not much. Because I accomplished everything I set out to do and way more. So I had to be honest with myself. If I kept going, everything after would feel like a letdown. And that's not how I want to live my life or remember my career. So with all that being said, I'm here tonight to relinquish the Divas Championship and announce my retirement from WWE, effective immediately.
Is this actually happening?
Unfortunately, I think it is.
Now, I know this is probably shocking, and some of you might be disappointed or upset, but this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I've lived this part of my life to the fullest, and now it's time for me to go explore other challenges. And who knows, maybe I'll try acting again. You all saw how my only other audition went. Can't go worse than that, right? Finally, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting me for all these years. Please continue to back the next women who take my place, who I am certain will be stronger, more athletic, and hopefully a little less temperamental than I was. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks, everyone.
I'm not really sure what to say. I'm stunned.
I think we all are. No one was expecting this. Thank you, Red.
Yes, thank you. And we wish you all the best.
What was that? You can't retire. You've got years left on your career.
I'm sorry, but I need you to try to understand.
Maybe I could wrap my head around it if I had a little more warning. I mean, when you texted me, make sure you watch my promo tonight, I was expecting you had some clever line about Brooklyn, not that you were gonna walk away from WWE.
This wasn't something I was planning for a long time. It happened quickly.
Okay, fine, but if you're done, then I'm done. We're a package deal, remember?
No, what? Don't do this.
I need you to try to understand.
What about the title shot you just earned in the Royal Rumble? And getting revenge on Samoa Joe for everything he's done?
None of that matters if you're not along for the ride, too.
You need to think about this some more. You're making an impulsive decision.
I've made up my mind. I'm done.
I never expected my plan to work this well and cause your idiot friend to retire too. It's like getting rid of 2 turds with 1 stone.
This isn't over.
But it is over, and that's the best part of all of this. Anyway, just wanted to wish you a happy early retirement. Maybe you can take up bingo or going to dinner at 3 p.m. or yelling at kids in your neighborhood. If you kick that ball in my yard one more time, I'm going to put you on my list. Hilarious. See you, never again.
We're going live with your show intro in 5 minutes.
Thanks. Just let me run through it once to make sure I've got it. Who will be named as your top 10? Prepare yourself for drama as our contestants get their hands dirty, glad-handing with the CEO of a manure company to see who can get the upper hand for their fall fertilizer campaign. It's all hands on deck. Coming up next on America's Next Top Hand Model. Do you think there's too many hand puns?
It's perfect. It's not heavy-handed at all.
I see what you did there. Hey, sorry I missed your other call. I'm at my new hosting gig. Look, if this is about getting Baron Corbin a spot on the show, I'm still relatively new here, so I don't think I have that kind of pull yet. Oh, okay, good, because honestly, I don't think Baron's hands are anything to write home about. Wait, what'd you say? Really? That's amazing! Did you tell Red yet? Yeah, she's been hard to reach lately. Okay, I'll try her. This is truly an honor. Thank you so much. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, oh, yeah, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm gonna be famous-er. I'm gonna be famous-er. Ah! Yes!
That's my ring and my championship. I hate you, Brooklyn. What?
Hey, it's been a while. How's it going?
I'm great. I'm on vacation at the beach, which is why no one's been able to reach me. Trying to disconnect, you know?
Oh, that's good to hear. I only have a minute, so I'll make this quick. I just got some amazing news. We're going into the WWE Hall of Fame together.
Really? Wow, I'm shocked. I mean, I thought it would happen someday, but definitely not this fast.
They didn't say this, but I'm assuming they want to capitalize on my crossover appeal as host of ANTHM.
I'm sure that's it.
I know we didn't expect our careers to end the way they did, but it's nice to know we accomplished enough to go into the Hall of Fame. And more importantly, we're going in together, just like it's always been.
Yeah, it is nice.
Hey, I gotta run. Don't relax too much. You know what they say about idle hands. Ooh, I gotta work that into tonight's show.
Congrats.
You too. Ooh, I wish I could see Brooklyn's reaction.
I'm sure she won't be happy. Which makes me happy.
Move! Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Get out of my way! Are you kidding me? Those 2 pieces of human trash are going into the Hall of Fame? This has to be a joke! They were only in the WWE for a cup of coffee. You know what? An actual cup of coffee deserves to be inducted before they do!
Take it easy. We're all entitled to our opinions, but there are certain realities you can't dispute. While Red and Trey may have had shorter careers than the typical Hall of Famer, the impact they made during that time was tremendous. So it doesn't matter if you or anyone else disagrees, they are going to get the recognition they deserve.
We'll see about that.
Man, feels like we've been up here for like 15 hours. Hope everyone's still with us. But, I think that pretty much sums everything up, right?
Yeah, I think we covered it all.
And there's only one thing left to do. List, please. It's time to cross off one final list item together. Get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Shoot, I think I forgot a pen.
Seriously?
I've got one you can use.
I'm sure someone else in this arena has a spare pen, so you can go sit down.
Take it easy. I just wanted to come up here in front of the world to say congratulations and finally put our differences behind us. I would never do anything to take away from your special night that you so rightfully deserve. Trey, even your birth parents are here, which is amazing. Stand up, please. But before you finish up, there's just one thing I want to mention that you left out of your speech. You see, Red wasn't 100% honest about what led to her retirement and later her best friends. In fact, it turns out she has a little secret, which is the real reason she walked away from WWE.
You have to do something. She's gonna ruin everything. I'm sorry, but I'm done hiding this for us. It's over.
What really happened was I found out the truth behind this secret, and she didn't want me to tell anyone. So she chose to retire instead. But I couldn't sit back and let her get away without everyone knowing the real Red. So let's start with this. That lovely older couple in the audience, they're not Trey's parents. I know, because they're fakes I hired to be here. That letter you got that said they were coming tonight, also a fake. But if you want to see your real parents, I can make that happen. Here they are. Yeah, that pretty much says it all. And look at the date there. They were already long gone by the time we were in high school. Which makes you wonder, Trey, how could they have written you a letter? Maybe someone else wrote it to try to manipulate you into doing whatever they wanted. And maybe that person was so miserable and lonely, they had to resort to something morbid like that to ensure they always had a friend at their side. But who would do such a terrible thing? Certainly not your so-called best friend, right?
Is this true?
We're not finished here. If you come any closer, I will crush his neck. And the same goes for anyone else. If you try to stop us, I will end him.
Trey? Do you need me to make another ice machine run?
You know, there's some wounds that ice can't heal. What?
You have to admit, that was a pretty cheesy line.
You know, you have a really strange way of apologizing.
I'm sorry. It's just, we've been working through this all night, and I think I'm starting to lose it. Look, you know how I truly feel. You also know me better than anyone else. I made a stupid decision to protect you when we were kids, and it just kept escalating from there. I wanted to tell you so many times, but it got harder and harder, especially when you started leaving the tickets. I couldn't bring myself to take that away from you. It would be like you finding out that America's Next Top hand model was fixed.
Wait, is it? Did you hear something?
No, I was just using that as an example.
Okay, because I don't think I could handle that right now. I think I always knew deep down that it was all too good to be true, that I'd never meet them, but I guess a part of me wanted to believe that maybe something bigger would come out of all of this, that it wasn't just about action figures or championships or entertaining millions of people, that it would help me find a part of myself that was missing.
But maybe something bigger did come out of all this. This wasn't about finding two people who would fill a hole in your life. It was about millions of people finding you to fill holes in their lives.
Now that was cheesy.
But it's true.
Maybe.
I have something for you.
Please don't tell me this is a letter from my long-lost aunt and uncle telling me to forgive my best friend.
Just open it.
What's this all about?
It's our new list. on one of my ice machine runs, or maybe it was one of the times you locked me out of the room. I can't remember, but I made some phone calls to management, and it's unprecedented, but they've agreed to let us get revenge on Brooklyn and Samoa Joe at tomorrow night's WrestleMania, assuming you're on board.
I guess we're coming out of retirement. This has to be some kind of record.
There's one other thing you need to know. Brooklyn and Samoa Joe agreed to the match, but only if we put our Hall of Fame spots on the line.
You really want to do this?
If we don't fight back after what they did, then we don't deserve those spots.
Package deal. I'm in.
Hey, just wanted to let you know, I left 2 open seats in the audience just like you always did.
Why? I mean, obviously my birth parents aren't showing up anytime soon. So was it just for good luck or out of respect or something?
You'll see.
It doesn't
Well, I
matter.
know. Are you serious?
I don't.
I know you're gonna tell us it's not too late to change our minds about the match and putting our Hall of Fame spots on the line, but we need to do this.
I wasn't going to say that at all. It's actually way too late to change your minds. The match is happening.
Oh. Okay, well, that's good then.
I was going to say that if things don't go well, Brooklyn and Samoa Joe can't erase your legacies. Everything you worked for and accomplished won't just disappear.
It sounds like you don't think we can win.
Look, you both have defied the odds before, but I'm just being realistic.
When it comes time to honor the Hall of Fame class tonight, we'll be out there front and center.
Look, I know, but
Thanks for your...
It's time for the greatest spectacle in sports entertainment. Welcome to WrestleMania.
If you've somehow been off the grid for the past 24 hours, then you missed the news that we have a huge last-minute change to tonight's event. After being ambushed at the conclusion of their Hall of Fame speech, Red and Trey will seek revenge against Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe.
And saying that the stakes are high feels like a severe understatement. If Brooklyn and Samoa Joe can defeat Red and Trey, they will take their spots in the WWE Hall of Fame. And we've never seen anything like this before, and it's highly improbable we ever will again. With respect to every competitor who enters the ring tonight and every championship that's contested, it's now time for the most important match of the evening. Red and Trey are here to take on Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe with their Hall of Fame spots on the line.
It's truly impressive Red and Trey overcame both physical and emotional trauma to be here tonight. But I suppose revenge can motivate someone to do just about anything, including putting everything they've dreamed of and worked for at risk.
Guys, what are these pieces of paper falling down from above? I believe it's supposed to symbolize their new list, and there's only one thing on it. Beat Brooklyn and Samoa Joe at WrestleMania.
This is why I left the 2 seats. It's time to move on.
I'm glad you're here.
I think that might have been Trey's adoptive parents sitting at ringside. I think you're right, Myron.
And now here are the two superstars who want nothing more than to take everything from Red and Trey to essentially erase their legacies in a single night. It's the so-called American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, these two have a much different kind of bond than Red and Trey. It's an affiliation based on shared hatred for their opponents tonight, dating back years in both cases.
Full disclosure, I think we're looking at the newest members of the WWE Hall of Fame class. Brooklyn and Samoa Joe have been unstoppable from both a mental and physical standpoint since the moment they joined forces. Red and Trey would have a hard time stopping them if they were at full strength, and we know they're not even close to that.
And there you see Red and Brooklyn facing off. There is so much history between these two. We're talking decades of hostility.
I don't know if it'll ever end, but we'll get at least some kind of resolution after tonight's contest is over.
We're not sure who's going to start the match tonight. It actually looks like Brooklyn and Samoa Joe are discussing that right now.
Apparently, it'll be Samoa Joe and Trey.
Brooklyn's going to make Red wait to get her hands on her. Yet another calculated move from the American hero.
This is it. Here we go. WrestleMania is often called the showcase of the immortals. But Red and Trey aren't here to showcase their immortality. They're here to try to save it by retaining their spots in the WWE Hall of Fame.
The fact that Red and Trey are even fighting alongside each other after Brooklyn Von Braun destroyed their original career-defining list and nearly did the same thing to their friendship just proves their bond is unbreakable. They truly are a package deal.
While I agree with you on that, you have to consider what I said earlier. There's no way Red and Trey are 100 or even 50% after the brutal attack just 2 nights ago. Mark my words, that will be a factor at some point in this career-defining match.
His offense is on point right now.
The advantage is squarely in his corner.
Guys, the word patience is not one I would associate with Samoa Joe. Evidence to that can be seen in his Universal Championship match. Joe grew tired of waiting, interrupting pre-match introductions and unloading on the beast like no one had ever done before. By the end of the night, Lesnar knew he was in a hell of a fight. Look at that agility. Trey escapes the Uranagi, and now he's got Samoa Joe in the Coquina clutch.
Red takes Brooklyn down.
Hold on, is this actually happening?
It is! Red and Trey of Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe locked in their own submission holds.
After everything that's happened among these 4 adversaries, this feels like the perfect ending.
Don't get ahead of yourself. They need to actually finish them off.
Can Red and Trey do the unthinkable? Will Brooklyn and Samoa Joe give up?
They tapped.
It's over. Red and Trey have pulled off the impossible and ensured that they will forever be honored in the WWE Hall of Fame.
This match takes place 20 times, and on 19 of those occasions, Brooklyn and Samoa Joe get the win, but not tonight. This was special. This was your night, Red and Trey.
Congratulations for the 2nd time on your Hall of Fame induction.
This might have been our first time seeing one of your matches in person, but we were always watching on TV.
We're proud of you, son. Can I still call you that?
Yeah. We have a lot of catching up to do. I'm sorry about that.
We all are. It's okay.
We have something for you. Some maintenance guy from the arena was selling it online. It wasn't cheap.
Luckily, we've gotten good at puzzles in our old age.
Oh my gosh! I thought I lost you, but you're back.
There's one thing left on there we need to finish crossing off.
It appears that the list has somehow been salvaged.
Red and Trey can now pick up where they left off 2 nights ago.
Tonight, we witnessed the unexpected, an unexpected victory, an unexpected reconciliation, and finally the unexpected return of what some might think is just an old scrap of paper. But it was more than that to Red and Trey. It's what led them to this very moment that to them was expected all along. They may not have known how they'd end up here, but they knew when they created that list that this was their destiny.
Well said, Michael. Soak every bit of this in. Red and Trey, you deserve it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winners of tonight's match and still members of the WWE Hall of Fame, Red and Trey.